OpenAI's expensive AI build-out matters if your ChatGPT bill, usage limit, or product roadmap depends on frontier models staying cheap. The pain is simple. Everyone wants stronger AI, but stronger AI is not just a software update. It has to run somewhere. Every prompt has a cost, and the payoff here is understanding whether OpenAI can keep improving the product without pushing more of that bill onto you. The reported tension is unusually blunt. AppleInsider, citing the information, says OpenAI has been losing roughly $1.25 for every dollar of revenue. The same report points to giant future compute commitments, tens of billions in expected revenue, but hundreds of billions in server and data center spending, with long-term commitments stretching far beyond that. You do not have to treat every forecast as destiny to see the problem. Revenue is growing, usage is growing, and the infrastructure needed to serve the best models is growing too. The open question is whether those lines meet before investors, lenders, partners, or customers get tired of financing the gap. That is why the comparison with Apple is useful, even if Apple is not trying to be OpenAI. Apple can be criticized for moving slowly on AI, but its business model lets it bring AI features into devices, operating systems, and the App Store without betting the company on frontier model infrastructure. If a user pays for an AI app on iPhone, Apple can take a platform cut. If Apple routes a request through a partner, it can protect the device experience while limiting how much of the expensive model stack it owns directly. OpenAI has the opposite challenge. The model is the product, the usage is the demand signal, and the compute bill arrives every time people actually use it. What changes from here is not that ChatGPT suddenly becomes unusable. It is that the economics start to show up in product decisions you can feel. Free tiers may get stricter. Paid tiers may get more carefully packaged. Enterprise customers may get better reliability, stronger admin controls, and priority capacity because they can sign contracts that make the economics easier to defend. Developers may see more pressure around rate limits, model routing, and the difference between a premium model that gives the best answer and a cheaper model that keeps the margin alive. The winners are pretty clear in the short run. Chip makers, cloud providers, data center operators, energy suppliers, and financing partners all benefit when frontier AI companies race to secure capacity. Big enterprise customers can also benefit because OpenAI has a reason to court buyers who bring predictable revenue and lower churn. The risk lands on the people building businesses around the assumption that AI prices will keep falling in a straight line. If your startup's margin depends on unlimited high-end model calls, or your team promised executives that AI software costs would stay flat while usage triples, this is the moment to pressure test that math. Imagine a company rolling out an AI support bot. At pilot scale, it looks great. Fewer tickets, faster replies, happier customers. Then the team adds voice, longer context, better reasoning, multilingual support, and automated follow-up. Suddenly the bot is not one cheap answer. It is a chain of model calls, retrieval, evaluation, safety checks, and maybe a human handoff. If the model provider is still losing money per revenue dollar, that cost pressure does not stay invisible forever. It can show up as higher API bills, tighter throughput, different models behind the scenes, or a sales rep pushing the company toward an annual enterprise deal. There is one legal side note that matters mainly because it removes noise. OpenAI just won a court fight where a jury found Elon Musk waited too long to bring claims over the company's direction. That does not settle every philosophical argument about OpenAI's mission, and it does not pay for data centers. But it does mean one high-profile legal cloud is less likely to slow the business story in the near term. The bigger pressure is still financial. Can OpenAI turn mass usage into durable revenue before its infrastructure commitments become the story? The visible proof object for this episode is the source page showing the loss per dollar claim next to the spending figures. Keep that on screen because it captures the whole tension in one place. Incredible demand on one side, incredibly expensive delivery on the other. The numbers do not prove failure. Amazon once spent aggressively ahead of demand. Cloud infrastructure can become a powerful moat if it is filled with paying customers, but AI inference is not magic. If people use more of the most expensive models, someone has to absorb that cost. What to watch next is not another demo video with a smarter chatbot. Watch whether OpenAI's user growth, enterprise revenue, and inference costs move in the same direction over the next few quarters. Watch for changes to ChatGPT plans, API pricing, usage limits, partner deals, and any financing language around chips or data centers. If revenue per user rises while cost per answer falls, the build-out looks like a platform forming. If usage rises but margins do not, the next phase of AI adoption may feel less like free abundance and more like every other infrastructure business. Faster if you pay, limited if you do not, and shaped by the companies that can afford the machines.